Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you are leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of his family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
Asked me to, again, inform Nigerians that he listens to them, especially the young people that are trying to protest. Mr. President is listening to them. He takes what they say seriously and is working assiduously to ensure that this country is good, not just for today, but also for the future. The issue of the planned protest, Mr. President does not see any need for that. He's asked them to shelve that plan. He's asked them to await government's response to all their pleas. He has listened to them, like I said, and a lot is happening. Only today, the National Assembly has expeditiously passed.
The journey does not get easier, but we get stronger. As a matter of fact, it is just within African continent that we see whenever the people build up their minds, their acceptance to move and then send a message to government, to the government of the day, that look at, we are having or we are feeling dissatisfaction in terms of your policies, programs and activities towards us in the society, that either the government or agencies will come up to say you don't do this. In Nigeria, we often hear the issue of hijacking the peaceful protests and all of that. Who does the hijacking of this protest? Nobody has answered that question. We saw what happened at the 2020 NSAS protest in Nigeria. And again, the government, government representatives also are warning seriously that it would be hijacked by hoodlums and all of that. Nobody is telling us the truth. But protest is allowed in any democratic environment or setting to ensure that one sends a strong message. And it only calls for the government to give a listening ear and also do one or two things in terms of adjusting and addressing the issues as they demand. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. Today, Wednesday, being the 24th day of July, 2024. We are live on Facebook and also YouTube. Facebook, Rapid Umar here. And also on YouTube, we are at Rapid FM 96.5. That's where you can get us and then be a part of this program this morning. It will be an engaging moment on Standpoint today, as we'll be discussing national issues, state issues, and also local government area issues. Incorruptible Sam, it's good to have you join Standpoint. A very good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning to you, Moses Ben. It's good to be here, as always. And when we gather like this, we gather to make sure that things will be discussed the best way. Listening to the audio you played, definitely we'll get to that point where we need to, analyze it. What we do here is just to make sure that the leaders will be up and doing. That's primarily why we are here. As the media men, we are also leaders.
Yes,
and we
help
are.
In our own capacity.
Yes, we are. And we help the
you know that we help in informing government policies and programs.
And we have done that since this current administration took over. If not, maybe Abuja is far from here. But the ones in Abia State, the current administration knows that one way or the other we have helped them.
And we applaud the government also.
Definitely. That's what we do. It's just like when you're having your bath. You don't see your back. and maybe there is a foam.
What about those who have mirror in their
at your
bathroom?
back? That you can't be bathing and be watching mirror at the same time. You understand?
All
so
right.
someone will say, okay, there's a foam here. There's foam here. Touch, that's what we do. And then when they are not also getting it right, we say, no, this is not what it should be. Because it's only someone that wants to fail woefully that we ignore any advice. In Igbo, Ezeonyagwalam is one king. The little story we are told when we are young. Yeah, he's a king. He has so many people that works with him. But he's that type of king that won't take any advice. He doesn't take advice at all. If you talk to him, he said he will suspend you or even, tell you to leave. And one day he fell into trouble on their way to an event. Ben Moses. He went into the bush, eased himself. He came out. Feces.
Everywhere.
Somewhere.
Okay.
On his cloth. Nobody was bold enough to tell him. They saw it. But they couldn't tell him why. His name alone. He says, don't tell me. You don't have any right to correct me, to tell me anything.
So they helped him by not telling him.
By not
also.
telling him. He went to the event that way. It was at the event that someone else told him, King, your clothes is messed up. Now he told these guys, but none of you told me this thing. They said, yes, sir. If we tell you, you wouldn't have, believed us. So that's why we did not tell you. And I think the end of the story is that from that day, he learned his lesson. But the hard way. So I love our leaders, the ones that will listen to us when we talk, then ask us for solutions. Nobody knows it all.
Exactly.
On standpoint, what we do here is to stand while we make our positive point.
Thank you very much.
Incorruptible Sam is right.
Ike Ogbonna will be joining us shortly. He's yet to deliver on what was given to him. He will be joining us any moment from now. But let's move on. Interestingly, Sam, yesterday, as promised by the president, that he would be sending the bill talking about the new national minimum wage to the National Assembly.
Yeah.
I was surprised. It passed through first through third reading. Now he's waiting for the president's assent for it to become a law in Nigeria. The 70,000 naira new Nigeria minimum wage. This is a laudable one, we would say, for its swiftness and all of that. But it will fall down to the state's governors now to determine how much will be paid to workers at the state level. That of federal civil servants, I don't think they have any problem because it's a command policy already now. It will stand. But what happens down here at state level would be a great concern, as a matter of fact, Sam.
Yeah, definitely. And I can't wait for it to get to the point where these discussions will start immediately. But there's one thing about I'm an Abian.
I understand that the governor of Abia State is in negotiation with the labor unions leaders.
And he said something even before the 70,000 naira got agreed. He says, see, whatever the federal level, where the federal government, says that he will pay. That what he said. I don't know whether he has forgotten that. I don't know maybe whether he said it ironically. But that's what he said, and I believe so many Abians right now will be waiting for that to happen.
Now, I don't think the governor could say that just to impress workers in Abia State.
Exactly. So that means minimum wage in Abia State also is expected to be 70. I don't know.
Given the governor's position.
Exactly, from what he said. I know other states definitely we want to, other state governors we want to say no. Even some of them, when the 62 we have been discussed, they were like, no, they don't have the money to pay that. So it's going to be an issue. So many states. We are also, I think the labor, which of these states that the labor candidate, Labour Party candidate said he will pay 120. Maybe that's also a plus.
Is it not political campaign?
Maybe
Edo State.
Maybe
that should be Akwata.
He wants
the
to
Labour
get
Party
in there.
candidate.
Maybe that's also enough reason for people to come out vote him, so that minimum wage there will be one something. But we know
already Obaseki is paying 70,000.
Say that he will pay 70. That means Obaseki even pay. He was even ahead of the federal government. That means no problem. And let's see. We are in Abia. Let's just believe that Abia's issue will not be something that we make the labor union want to go and strike again. But you see, that what happened yesterday is just a sign that, see, in Nigeria, if we want something to happen fast, it will happen fast. Just like the anthem. Now this one, because see, the people are not happy. It's a good one.
All right, a quick one before we bring in our guest this morning, because we'll seek his opinion on this particular development as well, in as much as our nation is concerned. President Bola Tinubu has reacted to the planned nationwide protest by Nigerian youth with an appeal to the organizers to shelve their plans, assuring them that he has listened to their concerns and working diligently to address them. This particular issue, Sam, has a kind of projected controversies from different quarters. This one is giving a stringent warning that be careful for it not to be hijacked and all of those things. People are saying that why would you be giving a threat warning? That's positions of people now. You are giving threat warning about strike. Protest rather. Protest is constitutional in as much as it is non-violent action.
Yeah.
President Bola Tinubu has reacted to this. Will this, as a matter of fact, change the planned nationwide protest?
Well, if our politicians has actually been standing on their words, whatever they say, is enough to say, okay, the president has reacted. He has said, okay, don't worry, I'm going to do something about it. It's enough for us to say, okay, since he has said it, let's wait. But here in Nigeria, they will say something else and do something else. But if it gets to the point, if you're threatening me, see, one thing about, personally, I don't like threat. Hey, don't threaten me. You don't threaten me. If you're having a discussion, let's have a discussion. Don't tell me if I do it, this is what will happen. No. It will make the other party, become, okay, aggressive. All right, you say you want to do something. Okay, let's see what we will do. It's just like in Igbo where they say, don't tell your fellow man. Don't tell your fellow man that he can't do anything. He's not acceptable. And I don't know what he say he will do. That's another thing. What are you going to do? Are you going to look into the cries of the people? What is it that the first thing now is the removal of the fuel subsidy that is hitting us hard? What are you going to do about that? It's so unfortunate that we are talking about the Dangote refinery and not even our own.
Of course, they are fighting.
Currently.
They are fighting there.
Had it been
Dangote has threatened again to
Exactly.
to mention names.
You see what is happening? We are channeling our energy to a private sector, whether we like it or yes. That is his business. If he succeeds, it is still Dangote refinery and not Nigeria refinery. That's where we are pushing it. The money you have succeeded in adding to the allocation of the state governors, are they using it well?
Should
Now,
the presidency be monitoring what the governors are doing down at the state level?
You don't just give me money.
Remember that governors are elected.
They are.
So I don't think
Elected.
that the president has any right to monitor activities of the governors in their states.
If you are the president, you pay attention. Now, okay. If you think you don't have any right to monitor what is happening, the people now talking about this, the hardship in Nigeria,
All right.
they are not the people residing in Abuja alone.
Well,
They're the people from different states. The states the states that make up Nigeria. So, one way or the other, you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention. And secondly, we have the House, the Senate House and House of Rep members that are not even doing their job. Ben Moses, in a country where things are working, the senators by now, the fight will be between senators and the president, not even the people. That's where the fight will have been. See,
keeping him in check.
Yes, our people are suffering. What are you doing?
Well,
Majority will end up trying to, organize a meeting where an impeachment discussion will start. But now, no, we have senators that have the president as friend. You rub my back, I rub your back.
Exactly as you have said.
Until he comes out to say clearly,
that this is what I will do and all of that.
This is what we will do. And we'll start seeing results. July is about ending. We enter August. Someone said we should go back to pray. One of the governors said we should not use protest. That is, it will not yield any fruit. We should pray. We should go to God.
A governor.
Then Onanoga said that P2B supporters are the ones planning this protest.
And IGP,
You see the type of leaders
IGP
we
has
have.
come up to say that he will not tolerate any form of violence. As if he was told that the protest would be a violent
The
type
Inspector
of it.
General of Police that should be neutral, doing his job, is also speaking from the angle of his organ at the top.
All right, Sam. We'll address all those things and then still keep our eyes on the ball as things unfold. We are being joined this morning on Standpoint to look at all these issues. And also, we'll narrow discussion down to Abia State, where we are, by the mayor of Umunochi local government area, Mr. Ike Ndubisi. Good morning, sir, and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, Ben Moses. Good morning, The Incorruptible.
Good morning, sir.
Let me just say something. I like your pitch on everybody being a leader.
All right.
Much earlier on as we were introducing the program. And that's pivotal to what we should be doing in Abia State. It shouldn't be left for anyone in particular. All of us are
leaders. Yeah.
Including everyone who is in Abia. And that means get involved. If you see something that you think is wrong, say something.
Say it.
Say it out, then it will be fixed.
Once again, it's good to have you join us on the program. Let's kick off the conversation quickly. The one that is making wave this morning as we speak is the Southeast Development Commission, where Abia State is included in that particular move. It was centered, or the president rather signed it into law yesterday. We saw the celebration from one of the sponsors and the supporters of that particular bill. Of course, the records are there that virtually all the National Assembly members from the Southeast extraction contributed to that particular move. Let us have your reaction to this particular development, the Southeast Development Commission. What do you make of it?
It's a very interesting and very good development. Very interesting and good development, no doubt. But I'm not easily drawn into such developments per se. So what we have to ask is, what then is the structure for running it? It's good that we have our own development commission, but it's even more important that the development commission should be effective and then work for the development of the entire area indeed. If you take NDDC, for instance, they're making waves, trying their best, but we should go a notch. The construct should go a notch higher than what NDDC is doing and deliver development to all corners of the Southeast.
All right. One of the issues around this particular commission is to rehabilitate and also construct, let's say, road structures that were defected as a result of the civil war in Nigeria. Those who sponsored this bill must have seen certain areas they want to wade into. The possibility of them having these structures you've mentioned, so that at the end of the day, the intended objectives would be achieved. Don't you also see it for the fact that it was projected by a set of persons and it's been delivered at this point?
You have to commend them. There is absolutely no doubt about that. For quite a long time, the Southeast has literally been shortchanged in the Nigerian landscape. And you can see that even from the number of states that you have in the Southeast. So commendations to them. I'm just saying, let's not be drawn into the euphoria. Let's all focus now on taking the next necessary steps to embed that dream that they have in the Southeast Development Commission.
Well, let's come down to Abia State, where we want to look at governance. Is the current administration still maintaining its focus on governance delivery? Let's have your assessment. But the last time we had you was before you were reappointed as the mayor of Umunochi local government area. We'll talk about your terrain, your region, where you are overseeing activities. But now, Abia State generally, let's have your assessment again.
Let me put a disclaimer first and foremost. I don't speak on behalf of the Abia State government. I am the mayor of Umunochi. But I am also part of the construct of Abia State. Therefore, I believe that I'm entitled to my opinion. So I give my personal assessment of what is happening. And there's no better way of summarizing it, perhaps, than to say Abians are in, for the best that they've ever had, and that they are in for that in the long term as well. Because there is a solid foundation for what the governor of Abia State is doing. It's not like he wakes up in the day and then he takes a decision. No. Everything he's doing has been projected, has been written down, and he promised a seamless
delivery of that program. And that's what you see. So that's why people will be wondering, where is he getting all the money from? How is he able to build roads? How is he able to put a terminus here? How is he able to rehabilitate the hospitals? How is he able to rehabilitate or refurbish the schools? It's planned governance in motion, seamless delivery in motion. Incorrectable Sam said something about the governor promising. Let me just digress a little.
Yes, sir. We are going to bring that question down to you as well.
The governor promising that he would pay whatever was agreed.
It was everywhere.
Okay. Incidentally, I didn't listen to that, but I know something. The governor says what he means, and he means what he said.
All right.
Okay.
So if he said that, you can take it to any bank. Final.
If that's the case, Mayor, let us calm down. We have the records. The governor said it repeatedly that it would be one of the states that will affect the payment of any amount of the new national minimum wage in Nigeria. You said we should take it to the bank.
Correct.
The issue around workers in Abia State, at the moment, a lot of threats from the union, before now rather, that look at will go on indefinite strike. The move didn't start this year until the resolution that was reached at the meeting they had last time to pay 15,000 naira of wage award just within 3 months since October last year. Do you still see the possibility of the governor maintaining his position on this issue? You know what the workers were doing. They were projecting, protesting and all of that before they met that agreement, sir.
I repeat that if the governor said what Incorrectable Sam said he said, anybody should take it to the bank. The governor says what he means, and he means what he says. So he's not given to bells and horns, you know. He's not given to saying things to impress anybody, because there's actually no need to impress anyone other than to impress the people that he's governing with solid performance. So if he said he would pay that, take it to the bank.
All right, about the issue of salary arrears owing to institutions in Abia State, not just one institution, different institutions, according to the Commissioner for Finance, Mike Agbara. On Monday, he read a number of institutions that they are owing arrears of salary. That of the ABSU was quite obvious. They protested several times, but they've confirmed the development that look at the government has settled the arrears of April, May, and June. The government is saying that they incurred about 18 billion naira arrears of salary from the previous administration, but they will do something about it. What's the reaction to this?
The government is in the right trajectory. I mean, a responsive government would always do something in terms of such developments in the polity. What happened in our ABSU is pretty well known, even by ordinary people. Yeah, indeed, the areas built up. And what is the government doing now? The government is just trying to, being the good government that it is, to make sure that everything is resolved. It will be gradual. It can't all be in one fell swoop, because you also don't have the resources sitting down there as if you pluck them from a tree. So it's all part of a plan to deliver good governance, and you'll see that happening. So my final pitch would be, let people just be patient. Put your problems, challenges, whatever they are, on the table, and trust that the individuals who are thinking through them, who are providing solutions, mean really well, and that they will resolve the issues.
All right, everybody has said that look at the magic that was performed by the governor within Lokpanta Axis and then Umunochi there is still sounding. It's still running, obviously. Everybody is seeing it. Let's talk about security. Recently, we've seen security issues shift the other way in Abia State. What do you make of the reality of things at the moment with regard to security? Remember, security personnel have been brought down several times in Abia State within this year alone.
Several actually means more than two. So I won't agree with you. I would say, yes, there were incidents where security personnel were brought down. But I would say even something broader than that. Each time you see a breakdown in security, what you're actually witnessing is a breakdown in citizens' duty. And what does that mean? It means, Ben, that if you see something, you say something. The guy who lives to make an attack lives from somewhere. He doesn't drop himself from the moon to go and attack a certain target. So it is part of our citizens' duty, including my duty, to make sure that if I see a possible breakdown, in law and order, if I see suspected criminals, if I see people who are likely to upset the system in such a negative manner, then I bring that to the notice of the law authorities. And I know what they will do if you do, because that's their training. They would nip that in the bud. So for each incident, and it's very unfortunate that this happened, and I commiserate with the families of the lost ones. But for each incident, what is obvious is that there is a failing by all of us to provide the intelligence to the entire community of security agencies so that they would manage it better. So what I plead with everyone is, let's be vigilant. The progress we're making in Abia State, the governor is making, His Excellency Dr. Lex Chioma Otiofa, the progress that he's making is key to where we want Abia to be. And that's a model state in a few years' time. A model state in a few years' time after 24 years of decadence. So that's imperative. And what else is imperative is that we need a secure and safe environment. The governor needs that. The people of Abia State need that in order to deliver the promise of governance. So every individual, wherever you live, these persons traverse the Abia landscape. They didn't drop from the moon, as I said earlier on. You know them. We know them. So whoever it is that is responsible for that, whoever it is that knows a criminal that lives next to him or her, should say something, and then leave it for the security agencies to manage. Having said that, you would also, I will also add something. I mean, the governor is working towards a safe and secure environment. That I can say for free.
And with what has happened, all the incidents we've recorded, don't you think it has given a shift in terms of the mindset that people have been having when it comes to security in Abia State?
Perhaps you have a magnifier in your mind, Ben.
This is from the angle of the people. We've seen arguments out there.
No. Perhaps again you have a magnifier in your mind. I would like to speak to the specifics. There was an attack at Obikabia.
All right.
Obikabia. That's a fact. There was an attack in Aba. That's a fact. So speaking to those specifics, what I'm saying is those attacks were conducted by human beings, whoever they are. They left somebody's house to go and conduct the attack. They drove perhaps in a car, perhaps in a bike, perhaps they walked. I'm deliberately being hypothetical here. But whatever it is, someone saw something unusual. Did the person report something unusual? Did the person contact the appropriate agencies? And I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying that we should be more vigilant in whatever we do so that we get the security and safety that we deserve in the environment. But I don't get the feeling at all that we're now overwhelmed by security issues, which is what I think your magnifier is trying to paint. What I would say as a generic statement is the government promised seamless delivery, promised development. You can see that happening. You see the roads in Aba. You see all the development taking place. And I'll tell you something, just as an individual, I've never had anybody, and I didn't hear the governor or the state government promise that there won't be challenges, that there won't be problems. The only thing you can take for granted is that when those challenges manifest, and even before they manifest, there will be proactive actions taken, first and foremost, to mitigate the effect. But once they have manifested, which unfortunately happens as part of the dynamics of development, then decisive things will be done to make sure that everything is resolved. Everything is resolved. And that's key. Anybody who thinks that he can commit a crime in any space in Abia State, a serious crime, and that it won't be resolved, the person is kidding himself or herself. It might take time, but it will be resolved.
All right, we'll talk about the Supreme Court's judgment that has affected even your position as the mayor of Umunochi local government area. We'll get to know what, of course, you talked about a few things last time, and then we'll know what you've consolidated on as a matter of fact at this point. Your reactions on all this, we would find out once we return from this short break. This is Standpoint, the saint of all talks of politics. You can put down your comment on our Facebook page and as well YouTube page. That's on Facebook at Rapid Umahia and also YouTube Rapid 96.5 FM. Please stay with us.
Arrive alive. Respect traffic rules. Do not drink and drive. Do not drive and drink. Every life on the road is precious. Drive safely. Be attentive and ensure your journey doesn't become a tragedy.
Stop wa on our roads. One Nemonyabia. Matanando get in their biampa. Drive safely.
This message is powered by Abia State Orientation Agency.
Ozia, Sinaka Abia State Orientation Agency.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umahia, or number 28 School Road, Umahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsglean@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. Quality is our name. Signed, management.
The family of late Pa Lazarus Ikunze Nwokafo of Umabali village in Umuokorodo Autonomous Community in Umuopara Umuahia South Local Government Area of Abia State regrets to announce the passing into glory of their son, father, husband, uncle, and grandfather, late Elder Uzochukwu Kofi Nwokafo, who passed on at the age of 67 years. Burial arrangement on Friday, 26 July 2024 at 8 a.m. Body leaves Madonna Mortuary, Umuahia, 8:30 a.m. Body arrives his compound at Umuabali, Umuopara, Umuahia South Local Government Area, Abia State, 11 a.m. Funeral service by Assemblies of God Church, Ekudi, Umuopara. Venue, Ezeleke Community Primary School, Umuabali, Umuopara, Umuahia South Local Government Area, Abia State, 1 p.m. Interment. On Sunday, 28 July 2024, Thanksgiving service at Assemblies of God Church, Ekudi, Umuopara. Signed, Architect Okezie Nwokafo, son for the family.
Come on, y'all, let's do this.
It's time to crank it up. Hey! We are turning it up on Rapid FM 96.5, the sound of your city.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you are leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of his family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
Small Nigeria is small Nigeria than any Nigeria. That's right.
You're welcome back to Standpoint, the saint of all talks of politics, where we have been looking at recent developments as we have our guest in the studio, of course, the mayor of Umunochi local government area, Mr. Ike Ndubisi. So you're welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much, man.
All right, and well, good to have you once again. Yeah, Mr. Ndubisi. We have something in common. That's my surname too. And
thank you.
Yeah, we have.
It's Chinagarom.
Chinagarom is my name.
Okay.
Samuel is my name. Ndubisi is my late dad's name.
Oh, interesting.
We have actually been talking about everything, including the insecurity in Abia State, and you talked about people seeing something and saying something, and these guys that we hit and run. For me, I call them hit and run. They also come from somewhere we know. I also buy the idea that we should actually be watchful, but from the security personnel, sir, do we have that synergy between them and the people? Is there the synergy between them and the people? Because when I know that the police station in my area, I can go in there, report something, and they work on it. The vigilante in my village, I tell them something, they work on it. That will make me feel very comfortable. But when that synergy is not there, it's a problem.
First, let me say that we don't have insecurity problems in Abia. There may be security challenges. There may be security issues.
Okay.
In Abia, as well as in every community anywhere in the world. So we're not dealing with we're not dealing with insecurity issues. We're dealing with security challenges that evolve in a dynamic society. Secondly, in terms of synergy, I think they do actually, and I can answer on their behalf just for two reasons. I've had the privilege of walking into a meeting in my local government area, and it was an engagement section between the DPO and stakeholders across the local government. So that's engagement. Yesterday, I entered into an office in Abia State capital, Omaya, and the boss of the security agency was indeed engaging with stakeholders across Abia State. In fact, when I called an acquaintance of mine, a friend of mine actually, and he said, that they attended a meeting, a stakeholder engagement section with the boss of a certain security agency. I've also gone to the police sometimes, and I also saw them engaging people. So on the score of just the probability of me walking into meetings and seeing such engagements, I think there are ongoing discussions across board. But perhaps what Incorrectable is saying is that perhaps it needs to be made more pervasive. Perhaps it needs to be, everybody needs to know about it, but it's a gradual process. Those engagements are taking place. But whether the engagements take place or not, the reverse side of Incorrectable's comment is that, look, security is my duty, is your duty, is his duty, is everybody's duty. It's not the duty of the CP, it's not the duty of the director of SSS, it's not the duty of the brigade commander, it's not the duty of the governor. It's our collective duty to put security matters up, and then they provide the leadership to solve those problems. The moment we take our psyche, towards that direction, they will be very vigilant with our environment, and we know what is happening. I will give you an example. I'm here on radio, but this is, I can tell you for free that if there is a security breach anywhere in Umunnochi, in the next few minutes, I would know. And it doesn't matter who commits it, and then it will help us to follow up. Why is it so? Because the citizens are alert to the people who live in the environment are alert to that duty. There was a recent arrest of a criminal, and something happened, and you would think nobody was watching. I mean, people who did that arrest would think nobody was watching. But indeed, people were watching, and within a few minutes, we had all the reports around it, and we had to follow up. So that's the alertness I'm talking of. Security is everybody's responsibility. Business.
All right, Ben, I think I'll allow you to go back. Let's go to Umunnochi. I have two more questions. We'll get there.
All right. Before we come down to Umunnochi, Mayor, just a few weeks ago, if not two yet, the Supreme Court, according to reports from everywhere, of course, you are also aware of it, that governors of different states stifle development and governance at the grassroots level in terms of their fund, their money, that there are governors who touched local government finance funds. The Supreme Court has taken judgment that look at there should be absolute autonomy where there will be a payment of local government funds directly to local government with that going through the joint account of a thing again. What do you make of this particular development? Why we are putting up this question to you? Because you are currently serving, you are regulating activities at Umunochi local government area.
I have to be honest, as I always would be, I have not read the Supreme Court judgment. Everything I've read came from the pages of newspapers.
All right.
And as you know, you need to read the judgment through, then to actually comprehend what the Supreme Court is saying. But when I saw the newspaper reportage, the first thing that occurred to me was, is this implementable? And what part of it? How do we pay civil servants in the next 3 months or so? But the federal government did something very nice. They outlined that they would take the next 90 days. So that addressed my immediate fear. And if anybody says pay money directly to the local governments, does that really mean that money is not being paid directly to local governments as at this time? My take on that is pretty too early for me to comment. I believe, and I speak on this rather speculatively. So I believe that the governors as a group would take, or would have taken notice of the judgment. They will study it through their lawyers, through their advisors, and they will take a position on it. And based on their position, everybody will be guided from their perspective. In terms of the dynamics of how this kind of thing develops, there may be parts of it, Section 7 of the Constitution, for instance, my attention has been drawn to it, where you also have the joint accounting you mentioned, and other, interrelated sections. Those need to be resolved. So whether you resolve it now, resolve it tomorrow, resolve it in 3 months, it's a matter of time that will need to be resolved. In principle, having local government autonomy sounds a very good Bose phrase. But I think what is needed, more importantly, is capacity development across board. The paucity of competence, the lack of competence across board in the local government domain, it's shocking. So what I would enjoin everybody to really do is let's pay attention to, if we have 1 naira, how do we get value out of the 1 naira? If we have a project of 10 naira, how do we deliver a project of even 11 naira from 10 naira? Leveraging on certain synergies. But that's not there now. And that is the space that I think everyone needs to get to before everyone now starts talking of, I'll get 1 billion, I'll get 2 billion. Otherwise, what would happen is that you give people money and you don't see the impact of the money in any society. And that's not governance.
All right. There are different states that are teaming up to conduct local government elections as we speak. That of Ebonyi State has been concluded. That of Ebonyi State has been concluded as a matter of fact. We saw what happened either yesterday or so, conducting local government elections. Abia State, the governor had promised during his campaign that he would do that, but you were reappointed a few weeks ago as a matter of fact to continue. I believe that was based on the results that the governor saw on ground. What's your impression about the conduct of local government election in Abia State, sir?
The governor promised the conduct of local government elections during the campaign. And you're right. I listened to the governor's spokesperson, Ferdinand Ekoma.
All right.
On Jimmy Disu's show. And he captured it very well. The governor promised that, but everything happens, in the context of time and space. So what time did the governor promise that? The governor is working the program that he has promised, and he will deliver. I have not spoken to the governor on this. I have not spoken to anybody at all on this. But my feel is that there will be local government elections sometime in the year. Yeah, and when that time comes, government will roll out the guidelines.
Where has Umunnochi local government got into since you were reappointed, sir?
Oh, we've made tremendous progress. We've had a second round of the second round of our anti-kidnapping bush clearing. What does that mean? It means indeed securing our parts, the heavily impacted kidnapping areas, securing them and making them available, making them safe and secure. So that has happened. We have gone a notch further on our rural electrification program. We have now delivered poles to everywhere. And what's the rural electrification program about? We have a development plan that we're following. We have a development plan that should take us to about 50 years, and that will be tweaked along the line by whoever. But the most important thing is that we have the foundations laid. One of the pivots of that development plan is provision of infrastructure. Under infrastructure, provision of electricity is key. We expect the Mbalano electricity project to be completed in 18 months' time. Currently, we get electricity from, what's the name of that place? Oji River. Yeah, they say it's between 80 and 120 kilometers. That's not efficient power supply. Things are improving gradually because of movement from one MVA to the other, a higher capacity MVA. But the main thing for us is that we need to provide efficient power supply energy to our people in order for us to, make the next steps of development that we want to do. And that means providing poles, providing transformers, and later on, whoever may be there will then provide the cables to connect. Just preparing our people to connect with Mbalano, which will connect with at Leru, and Leru is part of Umunnochi. So it's a very short distance. It gives us efficient power supply. We're also thinking of doing mini grids. We haven't really landed that, but mini grids will give us the opportunity of providing solar energy without, other than providing land, investing heavily in it. What else has happened? Next week we'll be hosting widows on behalf of His Excellency and the First Lady, and just to relate with them and make them feel the impact of the government. The same next week we'll also be similarly hosting disabled people. In terms of security, we continue to hold the grounds. We have continued the refurbishment of our offices. You don't want to see. Well, I think one day you guys should come to Umunnochi.
We'll be coming over this weekend.
Okay.
This weekend.
That's fine. Yeah, because you don't want to see what we inherited. Now the whole place is changing. I was in the office yesterday. I'll be in the office again today. Now the whole place is changing. We're doing that. We're having to build a fence around our local government headquarters, the permanent site. That's huge. We haven't done the road we promised, and that's because of the rain. His Excellency is on board with it, and he has given directives that those two roads be done, two major roads. That's on course, but not started yet because of the rainy season. We have a notorious kidnap alley route somewhere in Uru. We have graded that place, and anybody can see clearly. So the thing is, when you come to Umunnochi now, you can see very clearly what is happening. We're doing a quick intervention base, a non-kinetic effective measure against crime. You have one in Akawa, you have one in Omako, and then we intend to put another one around Omazong or Obulo. So those are the things we are working on on the go.
All right, Sam, you'll take him up, but that will be as parting shot. But let's bring in our listener at this point also. 091600965 or 09163333965. Very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome, sir.
Good morning to you, Sam and Ike. Is the man that we are speaking with still online?
He's live here.
He's live in the studio, please.
Okay. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning. My name is Ndubisi.
Okay, good morning.
It's only in politics that people make entry and then they are declared honorable. But that's fine. My name is Ndubisi.
Good morning, Mr. Ndubisi.
Thank you.
Okay, they call me Hussein. I know that I'm calling from Umaya.
What's your real name?
My real name is Useman Node.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. See, it's very, very unfortunate. I've listened to you, what you've said, and what the governor has done and what he has not done. But unfortunately, to obey rule of law in this government of New Abia is supposed to be very, very vital, because the government of the day campaigned for it and campaigned against injustice. Federal Supreme Court has given mandate that there's nothing like jack. Up to you said that you are still going to be in office. Is it supposed to be something that is worthy to say publicly? When in somewhere in Osun State or one of the Yoruba states, people that have been appointed are resigning honorably. So these are the things that we are saying. When they talk, we have issues of somebody that was supposed to be as in sworn in as a House member, the President Abano, today. Aaron Uzodike, today, this government has still refused to swear that in, even when the highest court of National Assembly issues has given judgment that in favor of that young man. So when we talk about the issue of what's it called, minimum wage, our governor promised many things concerning this. Telling Abians that he's going to be the first after agreeing without even paying wage award.
Right,
he promised to pay 15,000 dollars. Now, finally, the government has come to an agreement with the NLC. This state, we shouldn't forget that this state, NLC, are the owners of Labour Party, and they are supposed to be leading by example.
All right, Useman Node, you have used your time, sir.
They are going to, as a negotiator, meet up with
Useman
Labour to discuss further. For what now?
All right.
That's what the government is supposed to make a
Thank you so much, Useman Node. Please keep it within your time so we can accommodate other callers. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint 091600965 or 09163333965. You're welcome. Good morning.
God bless you, really good.
Welcome, sir.
Ulugu, call a spade is spade. Keep a wulu for death. I want to tell you the last caller before me said it all.
All right.
You see, some of us are talking party. Some of us are becoming politically sacrificed. Born, groomed, and politically sacrificed. Sacrifices are taking some of us. And that is unacceptable of me. I want to tell you, I don't talk party. I'm of labor extraction. I want to tell you, I don't talk party. You see the governor of Abia. When we hit, I've been saying it to him. Everywhere I go, you go to Enugu, you hear my name. Anywhere, Federal Radio Nigeria. What we are saying is that we need good governance. A governor came in Abia and said you will not security vote. I'm taking it. He said we pay all areas owned by former governor or government of the day. He came, he never did it. He told pensioners to forget their gratuity. Now, you never had this in this country. And somebody is clapping hard that we should not talk. Before you know, somebody will come here and say, nobody should talk about against Otis. We're not talking against Otis. We're talking against what we are seeing in him. This local government election, he said we will not go with pieces. And he came with major or major. And you say we should clap up for him. Now you say he's the best. Clapping up for yourself. Is it welcome in Nigeria or outside the country?
All right, Chief, run off your thoughts. Your time is up.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution. 091600965. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, Mr. Ben.
Good morning, welcome.
My honorable.
Hello, good morning.
Chijoke.
Welcome,
good
Chijoke.
Morning. Good morning, my mayor. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Chijoke.
Thank you, sir. Disregard most of the people.
Please
that
go straight to your point and make your own point. Chijoke, please make your own point. Allow the points of others to rest, please.
I never heard anybody's name. I said, disregard whoever that states are still passing with a chairman or whatever. Implementing is what government has said. Most of them have the judgment.
All right, Chijoke, just redial the number. Your line was bad. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Okay, my name is Chijinde. I'm calling from Umahia.
Welcome.
Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Chijinde.
Okay, thank you very much. You have been doing a wonderful job. I think we knew how Law Panther was before the emergence of this administration. Not that alone, we knew people cannot apply that route. The governor has been doing very well, and you particularly the mayor, you have been doing a wonderful job. And talking about the complaints from the other divide, we understand. How do you expect people who have been quagmired or relegated to the background? Of course, they would definitely complain. So we understand. The point is that the administration is doing very well. And all we can do is just to tell you and the governor to keep doing very well. Whenever the time for the electionary period comes, of course, I know you people will still present yourselves and will vote you, checking your track record.
Why not wait till then? That will start campaigning.
Is doing very well.
All
And
right.
the mayor's people are doing very well.
All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Chinendu, thank you so much.
Yeah, he touched a bit of what I wanted to ask, but it seems it's too early. Maybe off the microphone we'll ask him. But Mayor, this question is simple, and I know the answer is going to be very short. The understanding, partnership, synergy between you and the member representing Umunnochi, that's Honorable Matthias Ume. What is it like?
We work as a system and as a team throughout the government of Dr. Alex Chioma Oti, OFR. What does that mean? We have one vision. Sometimes there may be challenges. At other times, we're all just working together. But you will see the impact of individual differences. It might be in terms of values. It might be in terms of different backgrounds. It might be in terms of just different opinions. Yeah, so relationships across the government generally are working perfectly well in the context of the dynamics of how you develop relationships.
All right, would want to appreciate you, Mayor Umunnochi Local Government Area, Mr. Ike Ndubisi. Thank you for your time on Standpoint today.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to respond to those.
We'll
callers.
do that. Let's fix the time again, either before this month runs off, or let's see next month, so that you attend to all those questions.
No, that would be nice. But I would also just a moment. I would enjoin contributors, commenters to just calm down. We're engaging, and through the process of engagement, we will get good results.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's do this again tomorrow, Friday. Incorruptible Sam. Ike has not returned our message yet. Thank you so much for your time on Standpoint.
Thank you, Ben.
All right. My name is Moses Ben. The program, The People and the Law, will come up immediately after Newslight. Good morning.
My name is Chizoba David, the MD of Zoza Industry.